Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Today we will be finishing Pokemon Empyrean by baking this bourbon pecan pie brownies from cambribakes.com. I'll be following the metric guide. So for this recipe, we will need 100 grams dark brown sugar packed. I don't think I have the same type of sugar, so I just went with what I had. 100 grams granulated sugar, 110 grams large eggs. One of the eggs is for the filling, which will be later. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which I don't have. I have vanilla and sugar. There's going to be a lot of substitution. 150 grams of unsalted butter. It calls for 140 grams of unsalted butter. This is 150 and it's salted butter because I don't really give a fuck. So this will probably make up for some of the lost liquid from the vanilla extract. 50 grams of bourbon. I don't drink, so this was something I actually had to go out and get, and I don't know what to do with the rest of it. 156 grams of dark chocolate chips, but I only have like dark chocolate chunks that are all a bit bloomed, and some dark chocolate buns. 100 grams of all-purpose flour, 25 grams of unsweetened Dutch cocoa powder, and a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. I'm not Rosanna Pansino, so you're just gonna have to forgive me for the varied amount of dishes that I'm using to contain all these ingredients. Also, ignore the bags upon bags of Lay's barbecue chips. I got them from work because they were expired and they don't taste good. That was just the brownie portion. For the pecan pie filling, we will need 50 grams of granulated sugar, 50 grams of light brown sugar packed. This is just raw sugar. I think it will do fine. 11 grams of all-purpose flour, 90 grams of honey, agave, or light corn syrup. This is just table syrup made from sugar beets. That previously mentioned egg, 55 grams of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, again this is vanilla and sugar, 110 grams pecans chopped, and half a teaspoon sea salt for topping. First step is to prepare a pan with some baking paper. It gave like an 8-inch measurement, but I'm just going with what I have. Also to set the oven to, I think, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but 180 for normal people who use Celsius. In a large mixing bowl, whisk together the dark brown sugar, the granulated sugar, the vanilla extract, and the 2 eggs. Next step is to melt the butter. Hey girl, get in there. There we go. Butter and the chocolate together, but I'm gonna let the butter melt a bit first. I'd say that's sufficiently melted. Let's add the chocolate. Now to pour the melted butter and chocolate in, and then add the bourbon. It says, with the mixer running on low, stream the melted butter and chocolate into the bowl and mix until just combined. It didn't tell me to get my beaters out, so I'll have to do with this and hope the eggs don't cook. I'm adding just like a little bit at a time, so hopefully this will work out. Now adding the bourbon to whisk. This bourbon smells really strongly. Like I've been trying to set this up for like over 2 hours. Like I set it on the table and it's been, I can smell it. Ugh, it smells like alcohol. It smells like bad yeast. But apparently this one bourbon has like hints of pecan and dark chocolate or whatever. So I was like, well, it's perfect for this recipe. Good thing I got it. I switched over to this like spatula thing because now it says to fold in the flour and the cocoa powder. So let's do a little bit at a time. Now to add the cocoa powder, and the salt is just so minuscule, we might as well add it. I fear any air I've beaten into this is now knocked out. It's already dense with that pecan pie filling on top. Now that we're done whisking in the flour and the cocoa powder and the salt, now we're going to pour it into the pan. I guess that will have to do. Now to put it into the oven. For 25 to 30 minutes, but since I'm using a bigger pan than what it called for, I'm gonna just like let it sit there until a toothpick comes out clean. Now in this small saucepan, we're going to combine the sugar, brown sugar, flour, honey, whisked egg, and vanilla. Okay, let's over medium high add the sugar, the brown sugar, the syrup, flour, and vanilla. It's gonna be weird to whisk, but okay. It will do it off the heat. After adding the egg, I think I whisked it good enough. Like the sugar is dissolved, but I think some of the egg cooked, so yay, omelet filling. Now to add the rest of the ingredients. Now I've added the butter and the pecans. The salt is for just adding as a topping, so let's wait with that. Now we've combined all the ingredients. We just have to wait for the brownies to be finished. Then we'll put the pecan filling on top and put it back into the oven for like a moment, I think. Remove it from the oven, stir the pecan filling, then pour it evenly over the top. Continue baking the brownies for an additional 15 to 20 minutes or until the pecan layer is set. When the pan is slightly tilted, the liquid does not move. I've poked it a few times and I'm pretty sure this is as clean as it'll get. It is a bit off in the center, but it'll be fine, whatever. Now to put this back in the oven. Let it sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes. Yeah, it tells you to cook it for like another 15 to 20 minutes or until the pecan layer is set and doesn't move when slightly tilted, which mine doesn't, which is nice. So we should now add the flaky sea salt. Do I like remove the pan or... Yeah, remove the brownies from the pan and place them on a cutting board. It did break the top a little bit, but it's pretty nice and cooked. Let's try this edge piece. Overdone brownies. Yeah, but that looks great. I don't know, cut to when it's cooled down a bit. It is now like cooled down for like, I don't know, an hour or something. So let's cut it up. It's cutting really nicely. Didn't get a lot, but I'd say it was worth it. Prepping all the ingredients made it go by way faster, like for sure. Let's take this small bar piece here. It's very ooey gooey, but it'll probably set. Okay, there's definitely like a nice texture on the pecan. It's like a very chewy, a bit crisp, like crunchy, you know, caramel stuff. And then it like melts into the brownie, which is very, very cakey, a little bit gooey, I guess. But definitely really good, especially when the salt hits. I'd say put more salt on it. Really brings it home. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.